Hey guys, hi, this is Paveludo with you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to test, how to actually start the process of testing my MultiWay advisor, how to download it, how to install it in the terminal, and how to begin testing. This video is relevant for those who have never tested advisors before, basically, in the MT5 trading terminal. And for those who already have a lot of experience testing advisors, this video will be absolutely uninteresting, but that's not so important. Okay, let's get started. First, we need to download the advisor file itself. Go to paveludo.com. Here we select MultiWay. Here you can see the information. You can test my advisor trial in real mode. Here I have one account. It's still active. By the way, that's surprising. But for testing in the strategy tester, you don't need to attach account numbers to the trial license or anything like that. We just need to download the advisor file and run it in the MetaTrader trading terminal. So, the archive with the file is downloading. Let's open the archive. We go in, and here we have a link to a PDF guide. Here we have set files, and here is the MultiWay trading expert itself. We copy it and launch the MetaTrader trading terminal. In my case, I run it on IC Markets or IC Trading. Both are excellent brokers, and I recommend them. If you don't have a real account with a broker, there will be a link below the video. Be sure to follow the link and register with these brokers. These are the best brokers to use with my trading robots. Next, we need to upload the expert directly into the trading terminals folder. We go into MQL5, then experts, then advisors, and paste the expert file here. That's it. The expert file is now located directly in the advisors section. Right-click to refresh the expert file, and you'll see it appear in the navigator on the left. Now, let's move on and launch the strategy tester. I've already got it running, but for example, I'll turn it off now and start it again. You need to go to the strategy tester. Next, we need to switch to single testing and select MultiWay EA. Yeah, MultiWay EA. Here we start configuring the backtesting. You need to run it for the first time now, and you don't need to worry about quality. You aim for testing quality only after you see that basically the advisor is being tested and the test is running. You can see the trades and the equity chart normally. So at first, we're only going to test for 1 year. Here, we select. I usually always choose URST. I test and run my advisors on this currency pair because my advisor works on incoming ticks, and ticks most often come in on the URST symbol. Right now, we're running it under ideal conditions, but not for 15 years like I usually do, just for 1 year, for example, 2025. Even half a year of testing, for testing purposes, that's very little, and it's not enough for any real analysis of the advisor at all, but just to run it for the first time and test the strategy, that's fine. For now, let's set the delay to ideal, and as for modeling, there's no need to select every tick or every tick based on real ticks. That would take way too much time for the first test. At first, I use 1 minute. Or you can use open price only. The advisor works at the opening of candles. Overall, the quality on open price is decent, but of course, it's not a real tick emulation at all. I select 1 minute. The minimum deposit for this advisor is 3,000 for normal, for the default settings. and I will be running it exactly with the default settings. We select $5,000, optimization is off, leverage is set to 500, but you can set it to 100. 100 will be enough for this setting. I always test with 500. Here we see the default settings. That's 9 currency pairs, a medium risk level, and all the other parameters are also set to default. In the folder where you downloaded it, there are set files. You can run and use the set files, presets for high risk, for low risk, and variance, for example, with fixed risk, without profit capitalization. That's it. Everything is ready to start. Click the Start button. And to understand what's happening, go to the Journal tab. Here we check what the trading terminal is doing. The first thing it will do is start synchronizing the history. There are 9 currency pairs, so it will do this for all 9 currency pairs. If you're running My Advisor in the tester for the first time, it will start by synchronizing the history. That's why it's important to first run it for 1 year, so you can see, so the synchronization goes faster, and you can see how the trades are executed. So, for 1 year, we see this kind of history. We can see, the safe mode was triggered, and the trades were closed at a loss once. That's normal, that's actually very good. Well, maybe not very good, we prefer to avoid it, but it's what protects our account from possible so-called blow-ups and saves our account from being wiped out. So, we've managed to test it for 1 year. Now let's set the test for 5 years. And probably, in this terminal, I already have the quotes loaded, so the testing goes pretty quickly for me. If you're running the test for the first time, it'll take a bit longer for you here in the journal. Here it goes again, starting to sync the quotes with the trading terminal. This will take some time, after which the trading strategy test will start again. The default settings use interest capitalization. In other words, the higher your robot's balance, the larger the trading lot. Accordingly, the curve grows exponentially. You can see the dynamics. This dynamic will be recorded in the test report. There, you can take a detailed look at the trades. Separately, you'll be able to see in visual mode how the advisor works. The visual mode is interesting, in principle, but it works rather slowly. For testing purposes, I don't use it, but if you want to see what the advisor looks like visually, its interface, and how it operates on the charts, the visual mode is pretty good and can be used for that. Alright, let's keep going. We can see that the safe exit mode is triggered from time to time when the price clearly moves against us. The rest of the time, the advisor trades gradually, steadily, with a constant increase in profit. That's a characteristic feature of retracement advisors. About 75% of trades close with a profit, and usually we see slow growth and consistent gains. But when the advisor hits a drawdown, it can end up locking in a loss that's significantly larger than what was earned over the past few months. Again, this feature, first of all, you can turn this feature off, though I don't recommend doing that. In that case, you'll have a steadily rising curve, but with prolonged drawdowns that could directly threaten your deposit. Here we can see that the testing is generally coming to an end. And we see a gradual increase and roughly how the MultiWay advisor works. Next, you can make it more complex. Well, again, 5 years is absolutely not enough. The ideal performance for an expert, testing should be about 15 to 20 years for the advisor to show stable results over a long period of time. For example, now I'll set the testing period to 15 years, a bit more. Everything else stays the same. And we start it and watch how the testing goes. So, that's it. We can see that the testing is running, the quotes are being loaded. Next, you can either choose to increase the quality of testing with every real tick. Testing will take a lot of time, but the quality will be better. Or you can use your own quotes, but that's for advanced users. For regular users, this is usually pretty difficult. But if you ever want to, ChatGPT can help you find, for example, Stochasticity quotes and upload real quotes from other sources, then run the tester and the advisor directly on them. We can clearly observe once more that the crucial trading quotes are actively being synchronized and meticulously updated with the central server's data before the actual and comprehensive testing phase officially commences, and with everything now perfectly aligned, here we enthusiastically go, ready to proceed. That's it. Starting from 2010 again, we have an initial capital of $5,000. And we see gradual growth. We see losses being locked in. We see drawdowns. The current risk is medium risk. According to the backtest data, the maximum drawdown over the entire testing period is about 40%. Accordingly, this level of drawdown was reached only once in 15 years of testing. Usually, if there is a drawdown, it's less than that. But we always proceed from the assumption that the drawdown could be higher. That's why running the advisor at risk levels higher than medium is recommended only for experienced users, because exceeding the maximum drawdown is a significant stress. And your capital, in principle, allocated to any advisor, doesn't matter if it's mine or not, should be no more than 7 to 10%. Right? So I actually have a separate post on my Telegram channel where I explain the 3 times 3 plus 1 plus 1 rule. It's a really cool and very universal rule for building an investment portfolio. You can't put all your money into a single asset. I keep telling you this, and it allows me to deeply diversify my assets. Yeah, some assets sometimes lose value, while others make money. And even if you have a really good trading expert on Forex, that's no reason to give them a significant portion of your money. You can find other experts, you can invest in crypto, the stock market, or buy real estate. Diversification is really important, don't forget about that. I always say that my clients who run my robots with low risks are making a very smart and correct decision, because 40% annual returns with a 20% drawdown is really good, really good. 40% a year is actually very good. Of course, many people won't agree with me on that. People come to Forex for big profits, but where there are big profits, there are also big losses. My favorite saying on this topic is, making 100% profit is not a problem at all. The problem is losing 100%. And when you lose 100%, you have no capital left to recover. But making 100% is absolutely not a problem. As you know, I had the little crazy signal which grew from $200 to $12,000. My plan was to grow it to 20,000. Of course, there was very aggressive trading going on there, but high risks kill accounts. High risks destroy capital, so you need to use low risks. I highly recommend using low risks and good trading experts. This trading expert is very good. A lot of time and effort has been invested into it. There have been real tests, and the code for this advisor has been written for over 5 years now. So don't miss the chance to buy it cheap, at a discount, and test it. Definitely test the advisors so you have a general idea of how they work. Well, I won't show any more from here. From this point on, we just shoot up to the skies because of the compounding effect. Subscribe to my Telegram channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be posting videos like this a bit more often now because I now have the ability to instantly dub my voice into English. It's really convenient. And in videos, I can share a lot of information from my head that I can't convey in my Telegram channels or in live chats in Telegram groups. Thank you all. Goodbye, everyone.